So let me give you the skinny. Welcome to the Teacher's Lounge, baby. These ones are mini.
Coming in late. The boys are back in town.
What is he saying? I was born in a sports mart?
Small town.
I was born in a sports mart.
Guys, can y'all just turn it? Can we turn it down a little bit, please?
Turn it up. The tweeters are sounding good.
I said turn it
We
down.
got the tens in the back and the tweeters
I'm gonna
in the
stand up.
corners.
No.
Oh,
You got to stand up slower.
I stand it up and it
Not
sounded
right
like a
into the roof.
clap
You clapped
when
it.
my head hit the ceiling.
Well, that's, I don't know if you noticed, but I got the ceiling reupholstered with hand skin.
yeah.
I was wondering what this was.
It's kind of nasty, too.
So
all hand
it's
skin.
from your notebooks, right? Like you
Your
used
hand
to
skin
write,
notebooks?
Yeah. I buy hand skin notebooks.
Uh-huh.
Anytime I'm feeling like I need a creative reset, I'll go to the store and I'll get some hand skins, and
Right.
I'll put a to-do list.
Right.
I'll buy a calendar.
And you usually only have like 1 or 2 pages that are used in every hand skin that you have,
look
and then
through
you forget about them.
You look through my hand skins and it's like reacquaint with daughter, write 2 hours a day. A
lot of planning.
A lot of planning, yeah.
And you
Where
used
do
to
you
use
get
moleskins, right?
I used to use moleskins.
Well, where do
and I
you-
just thought they were too pretentious.
Where do you?
Well, and that was books made from the skin of moles.
Yeah. So if anybody who
Like,
like
was
a,
it
a
spy?
double agent, yeah.
Where does this store that they sell this? Like this sounds like Howard.
never been to Skins?
Sounds like Howard Worst Nightmare.
You gotta go into Skins.
You gotta.
They got all
I've
kinds
seen
of
these
skins.
stores. I've seen these stores. I walk by these
Oh,
stores.
I use their condoms sometimes.
Uh-huh.
Skins with a Y.
And you've got
Skins with a Y. SKYNS.
S.
Now that's a good condom.
Am I thinking of something wrong?
No, you
think
got
so.
it.
It's probably real.
And you use the what is it? The unribbed for his pleasure.
You use inside ribbing.
Yes.
Ribs
yeah.
on the
Well, they're-
inside, smooth, untouchable on the outside.
Yeah, and they are thick. They are thick, so I can last long.
You love to go all night.
Yeah.
and when's the last time you had sex, Bill?
All night.
All night?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. The last time I had sex was I got out my computer
This is insane.
and I logged on to,
He could be talking about setting up the rendezvous.
yes, and I said, anyone in town into Google.
You type that into the search bar.
Yeah. And a bunch of results came up. And then I logged on to Pornhub.
And then you had sex.
Shoot it to completion.
Okay.
With a thick skins condom?
Should have known.
Well, yeah, I'm not going to get my computer herpes.
It is important. As we know, you can get a computer virus. You can also give it a human
Yeah.
virus.
Yeah.
That's a true thing.
Well, I mean, I went to see my doctor, McAfee, and he was like, Dr.
right.
McAfee.
That's
And
right.
Dr. McAfee was like, listen, be careful. Trojan horses, herpes.
we need to take the gateway into Dr. McAfee, I
Yeah.
think, because the
Oh,
gateway
the
was
Gateway.
coughing last week. The gateway is a lot sicker. I thought I saw the gateway cough up some blood onto the mouse pad. This
I
week.
opened up the gateway and there was a Word
And you know what
document.
that means.
Yeah, there was a Word document open on the gateway that had my last will and testament on it, but it was the computer's will.
Jesus.
Oh yeah. Well, I mean, the gateway. Obviously, the gateway that's here in the van is in a wheelchair. It's very sick.
It's
Blanket over its keyboard.
Yeah.
It's not long for this world. We've been calling the Gateway's family to come in and say anything they need to say.
You know what
They're
was
saying
surprising to me?
Moo.
Yeah, what was surprising to me is when we called the gateway's father, picked up the phone. You're getting Adele. I couldn't believe that.
He picked up the phone.
And he said, "You're getting Adele. He's Adele. He's
Yeah.
Adele."
Oh, that's how the Gateway's
Yeah,
dad. He said,
yeah.
I see.
You're
Yeah, I
getting
remember
Adele.
that happened.
Yeah.
The Gateway's dad is Adele. And its mom
Is Adele, the singer.
That's right.
Yep.
Yes.
Big
I mean,
breakup
that's
for
what
someone.
that whole album is about.
Yeah. 21 was about when she learned to love a computer and then lost it.
What was her big song?
Rolling in the deep.
I think that was it. We all.
Yeah,
I
that's
said,
about the dough.
Well, in case you haven't figured it out, my friends, you're listening to the Teacher's Lounge. Used to be the first best only podcast about the goings on at Hamilton High School. Now we are in the Vegas of the East, Washington, D.C.
Right.
We're living in a van down by the river.
Hilarious.
Oh my God! We
Hilarious
just saw
and
this.
new.
We saw this skit last night from this show. What was this show?
It was Saturday Night Live.
Saturday Night Live. I had never seen this
You'd never
thing
seen
before.
it. I used to always try to show it to you because I would put it on and go, I'm going to be on that one day. And you, I guess, never remembered any of that. I would always sit you guys down and go, that'll be me.
Well, now I know what you were practicing over and over again with the chair and the wigs.
Yeah.
Now your audition for Saturday Night Live.
Right.
That you would always do Mr. Peepers over and over again.
Peepers over and over.
So you
were
thought
gonna-
you thought Mr. Peepers was an original character.
Well, I was like, who is this Mr. Peepers guy? Where is he? Can we meet him? How does he eat the apple that fast?
You were sort of doing like a spec Mr. Peepers
Right.
instead of an original
Well,
character.
yeah, I did. My whole audition was on spec, and you guys remember I was out there a uninvited audition on 9/11.
That's
and,
right.
We discussed all of this.
Oh, yeah. Now I remember.
So yeah, but you know, I right after we watched that Van Down by the River sketch last night, and I got my guitar out, and I was like, I got to write a song about this Farley character.
Wow.
I got to write a song about my guy, Chris Farley.
Wow.
Yeah.
And so I wrote this really, what I thought was a heartfelt song about him. But you guys said you missed a lot of the big specifics here.
Yeah.
Seems like you guys never met.
Yeah, you didn't know much about him.
Yeah.
You got his hometown wrong.
Yeah,
The
you
chorus is about his Chinese family.
His red hair.
You also kept calling him a beanpole in it, which is just notoriously not what is true about him. He
Yeah.
is not a thin man.
No, well, I didn't know that because I'd only seen the one sketch and I didn't know.
And you obviously weren't
He's-
paying attention because he's big in that sketch.
Okay. I guess I don't body shame people off of one comedy sketch.
Beanpole is a body shaming phrase, Todd.
Well, no, it's not. No, it's not. Everyone wishes they were a beanpole.
Absolutely. And I know what that means, a beanpole.
Yes.
Me too.
It's a modern phrase and everybody uses
It's
it.
a pole
Well,
made out
and it
of
originally
refried
was
beans.
Jack and the Beanpole.
I heard it was
Originally.
it was resembling the first person that got owned for looking like a bunch of cans of beans stacked on top of each other.
Oh yeah, somebody got owned.
Pwned almost.
Pwned almost.
Someone got
Well, Todd,
pwned.
I'm proud that you're following your creative dreams. I mean, a writer writes, right? And that's what you're doing.
Well, yes. Thanks for calling it that.
Yeah.
right, yeah.
Did you call an audible this week on your play?
I called a pretty big audible because I've been reading up on. Have you guys read about this global warming stuff?
Oh, yeah.
No.
We are nearing
No.
a mass. You haven't been reading anything about it.
I
I know
haven't
a
heard
little.
anything about it. What are you talking about?
The globe is getting hotter, and it's
Right.
our fault. And
Whose
animals
globe?
are dying. Not like a globe. In
The
a
globe
concert.
in the van that we have that we spin?
No. Well, that is also getting hotter, but I think it's because we keep it so close to the radiator.
Which we should worry about our radiator in our van.
No, it's fine. Don't worry. It's working really well.
It's hot in there.
But and this is the thing. You guys don't know anything about it, right?
Right.
Well,
So
maybe I do.
I read about this online, and I said, I'm doing this political theater now. I did Who's the Clowns, Seinfeld's Last Ride in the Porsche, and I want to use my platform to explain to people what's going on.
Edutainment, kind of.
Absolutely,
Yeah.
Emphasis on the edu and the mint.
So not a lot of
Okay.
tame. Not a
Well,
lot of entertainment. Just education
Well,
and mints.
Yes.
Do you serve
Everyone-
mints at the show?
Well, if you leave my plate, you get a mint and a toothpick.
Okay, Todd. Mints are a cold flavor.
I'm pretty sure you're talking about working at a restaurant. If you leave your play, you get a mint and a toothpick.
Yeah, you get a mint and a toothpick. I'll tell you to come back real soon.
And do you buy these tickets up front, or do you sort of pay at the end of
Well,
the
you
play?
make reservations if you want to, but depending on the size of your party, you could just show up on the day,
Okay.
and we'll probably have space for you.
It sounds like, Todd, you got another restaurant job.
No,
Todd.
no, I'm not working.
Because
at
I
a
was at
restaurant.
BJ's the other day doing a little bit of lobby talk, aka therapy, and I thought I saw someone that resembled you with a bit of a young person's wig on.
Oh,
Yeah,
really?
we thought we saw you in the BJ's with a Burger King crown on.
Oh, yes, under the wig. We could tell that crown was being hidden by the wig.
Look, I've been here before, and I don't know what to tell you guys.
Right.
I did not come straight from a birthday party at Burger King for myself that nobody was at,
Well, I was invited.
wearing the crown. Really?
I don't think so.
Oh, that's fine because it didn't happen. That's the
Okay,
thing.
Todd-
It didn't happen.
Wait,
I'm
what's
not.
going
Look,
on?
I'll give you the benefit of the doubt, okay? This is a real play. You're not working at a restaurant, okay?
Right.
Why don't you?
What's
I haven't
the play?
had a chance to see it yet, so maybe give me a little bit of a little bit of the sort of plot summary. Is it
Okay, well, since
It's about global warming.
It's about global warming. So, depending on what you order, we could wood fire your pizzas in the play. And we talk about how hot that oven is, and we say this oven is so hot.
Right.
Okay,
the
so it's a
ice
metaphor.
caps would melt inside of it. And a lot of times, what people in the play will say is,
Well,
"I'm
ice
sorry,
cap-
I just want my order.
Right.
I want my order."
I heard the last line of the play is, "Thank you guys for coming.
To BJ's.
I drew a heart on the receipt. Have a good night." Is that the last line of the play?
Yeah.
That
Yeah.
sounds like
and
you're
it's pretty
the-
powerful. Some people don't even applaud; they just walk out when they get it.
Some people? How many people have applauded? Nobody.
One guy did, but he was a guy who I put a bunch of flies around his table, so I don't know if it was full applause or.
He was
he was
swatting
swatting flies with both hands?
and accidentally trying to hit them.
I think so. Look,
Sometimes you have to sing happy birthday in the play, is what you were saying?
yeah, sometimes one of the people in the audience will pull me to the side and say, "Oh, it's my
Okay.
wife's birthday," and I said, "Well, you took her to the perfect place."
Todd, I gave you the benefit of the doubt, buddy, but I feel like you are working at a restaurant and calling it a play. Yeah.
Okay,
Okay.
you know
It's
what?
happened before.
And it's okay,
This-
Todd. It's okay. It's not, again, it is not a thing to be ashamed of
No,
when you
it's-
need to make extra money because your skills aren't panning out
Yes.
financially.
No.
I
Yes.
love being gaslit by a bunch of fuckers.
Yeah, that's right.
That's my life now. Is I put on theater, I changed the world, and I knew this would happen. If I was going to challenge politics, a bunch of fuckers were going to gaslight my ass.
We're
And
fuckers here?
Yeah, you're the fuckers, all right? Because you're scared of extinction. And that's what's happening. Mass extinction. I mean, so hot, you could cook a cookie, but still keep it soft in the middle.
Well, the polar bear that was in the van did die. Did die.
That's right. That's
that
right.
we know is true.
Well, it
And
was
that-
a young
and that-
polar bear, and we didn't have anything to nourish him with. And I think it
Well,
also got
look
you.
at that. Am I going to leave that zoo without that? You
Well, that-
kidding me?
It was pretty cute.
it was
that-
cute as hell.
You and that bear together was like the beginning of The Revenant, but for 3 straight days.
You guys were wrestling around in the van right by the radiator.
That bear was so damn cute. I was at the zoo. I told you,
You
guys,
you-
I said, can I take it home?
And you used your name to get it, which I thought was a little messed
Yeah, I
up.
pulled out the big Cravey name tag, and everybody was like, Mr. Cravey, they're good script. Stuff got around the Washington, D.C. Zoo. I had no idea how powerful the Cravey name was.
Well,
here
because
in
it's
town.
big in Washington. If you expand out, the name gets weaker and weaker.
Yeah,
Weak.
That's right.
But in Washington,
nothing.
the Cravey name is,
Yes.
I mean, it's money.
I am going all over this town, being invited to fundraisers
You got-
and meetings and sitting in on the meetings.
Yes.
Yeah, yeah.
And I heard you were getting put up in the penthouse of the most fancy hotel in town.
Yes, I'm at the Waldorf.
You are.
I'm at the Waldorf right now. I haven't been here the past couple nights because I've been at the Waldorf.
Well, that's nice because I know first you were staying down the street at the Waldo.
Well, yeah,
And
but
you
I
couldn't find
I couldn't find the front desk clerk. I'm like, where is he? I'm checking in. I'm checking in, and
you
there's
said-
all these
yeah.
people there. They're packed. There's so many people at the Waldo. It's like, why are y'all all so next to each other? And none like. And they all, some of them look like him.
There's a guy who
Well,
has
you
the
finally
same
get through the lobby where everybody's different.
Yeah.
You know, you go to the restaurant, you try to flag down your server. Which one's your Waldo?
But then everyone is dressed like Waldo, and you're looking
You're just
for a
looking for the
certain
glasses
mustache.
and the
Well, you get the
mustache, yeah.
photo at the beginning, and eventually,
That's an interesting restaurant where they give you a photo of your waiter and you have to find him every time you need something.
wait, it's a hotel, right?
Well, the
hotel
restaurant in the
restaurant.
hotel.
Right, yes.
You said it 1 minute ago.
I get that it's confusing. The whole thing is a themed thing where it's hard to tell where you are.
Listen, I exist in 20-second increments on either side.
You're
of
like
that.
a goldfish.
Yes.
Your
Yes.
memory lasts for 30 seconds.
Yeah.
And Norway's the one.
So I checked into the Waldorf, and actually, I'm in my room with walnuts and grapes. And I'm like, what is this?
This is not, you're not staying at the Waldorf Astoria, the famous one that everybody knows about. You're staying at the Waldorf Salad.
Waldorf salad. And I'm like, what is this?
That's
Why am I covered in mayonnaise? This is pretty good,
Right.
but
It's like a
Jesus,
comfy
what are all these
waterbed.
golfers hovering over me for?
They're hovering over you. They're sort of prodding at you.
yeah, they're pushing me around and only eating the steak next to me.
This is a big theme.
Yeah.
It's a big
really
theme
would
for
be
this
really-
hotel.
These hotels are crazy here.
And that's what you get for being the great grandson of Washington royalty.
Washington royalty, Thurgood Cravey, who...
That's right.
I mean, I'm learning a lot of stuff about
Yeah.
this guy. Of course, he was very integral in JFK being elected and also assassinated.
Mm-hmm.
We found out he had grass stains on his shorts and was also reading school books.
Yes. From the depository.
He was like all over that
Uh-huh.
place.
He shot Reagan and then actually did end up with Jodie Foster for a while.
He did. Say more?
Well, because what's his name? John Hinckley?
Yes,
Shot
yes.
Reagan to impress Jodie Foster.
That's
it
right.
didn't work for her, but Thurgood, she saw Thurgood did it and she was like, yeah, let's see what this is all about.
Exactly. And Thurgood and Foster, they were hanging out for a while.
He was on set for Silence of the Lambs, right?
He was.
Yeah.
He was. He was the basket. He was the basket.
Yeah, they were like, we just can't find something to put lotion into. And he was on set and he was like, well, I'm here.
He's light enough, the right
Lower me
shade.
down.
Yes.
Yeah.
By the way,
Right.
another audition, I blew.
Oh my
Really?
God.
You were up for
all you-
basket or lotion? Or what
I
were you
was up for basket,
Yeah.
but I said, let me read for lotion while I'm in here. And they said,
And they love that. They
They
love when
said-
you go, let me do more than
let
you
me
asked
do
me to
more
do.
than you asked for. I'll do it. Let me do a little lotion. They said, it's going to be a no, but thanks to you, we are rewriting the Buffalo Bill character.
It was
We did
originally pretty tame.
We got some ideas just the way you walked in here with your thingy between your legs.
And they said thingy.
They said thingy, yeah.
Well, they wanted to say penis, but
You can't tell.
They weren't
what's
sure. They weren't
You
sure.
can't tell what's
They knew
up.
it was a thingy.
We've seen it. We
thingy
can't
is the
tell.
least offensive term you can use. So Buffalo Bill was kind of based on your auditioning style.
Yeah. The only difference is I was never caught.
Good. That's great.
But yeah, so anyway,
Do you think all this information that you've learned about Thurgood is changing who you are, Bill? Do you think that it's making you just more conscious of your sort of past and maybe trying
It's
to honor
making-
that instead
yeah.
of disrespecting it?
It's making me want to be a better person.
Wow.
To
Leave a mark.
leave a mark.
Yeah.
And well, let's just say I'm doing that in my undies. That I'm having no problem with.
Well, every time you've been farting lately, you go, "That's gonna leave a mark." It's like those are different things. They don't go together. That's usually when someone gets hit,
right,
or whatever. But you fart and yell out, "That's gonna leave a mark."
So I want to leave a mark in more than my undies.
Yeah.
If that makes sense.
Honestly, that's very admirable. I feel like I'm in the same boat
beautiful.
right now. You know, I'm really trying to leave my mark because
Yes.
I've spent. You guys know this. I've spent my whole life riding in the back seat, being the smallest personality. And I finally feel like I've sort of found my footing.
Yeah.
Would you guys agree?
It's fantastic.
Yeah.
You used to be the smallest personality, and now you yell a lot on mic from 6:30 to midnight.
Yeah,
right
and
after supper.
Who knew that all you needed to do to get a little bit of notoriety was scream over people and have opinions? Even if, hey, I'll be honest, guys. I haven't really thought out a lot of these opinions.
Right.
I kind of go on my 6:30 after supper show and kind of just wing it.
It shows.
And it's
Well,
To us.
and you're having sort of a live stream. So as people are sort of chiming back in, you're saying whatever they want to hear.
Yeah. People, I take suggestions. People will actually send me whole paragraphs, and I'll read them.
You'll say, "What should this intense political show be about today?"
Yeah, I recently had somebody said to rant about the Game of Thrones finale, but I just wrecked the show,
Yeah,
and it worked out. I said, you know what? I don't think any show should make sense because I'm realizing the less sense you make, the more people pay attention.
Yes.
Turn Game of Thrones. Hey, make it about a football team.
Yes.
You know, set it in modern day.
You got Game of Thrones should be Friday Night Lights trending.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, because what's everybody care about? They care about teenage drama. They care about sports. Game of Thrones, none of that. It's all these middle-aged people talking about wanting to get on the throne. I think they need to change it.
That way.
What?
I haven't seen that episode.
Yeah, there's a big episode.
Toilet Talk?
There's a toilet talk.
Well, there's an after show called Toilet Talk.
Oh,
and it's a bunch of old people just saying, "I got to get on the throne."
right.
Sponsored by Boer Toilets.
Yeah. Well, you've been getting you gave a speech at Berkeley.
I did.
Right? Or you tried to?
I tried to. I apparently they don't want people with strong, poorly formed opinions to speak at their university anymore.
They want somebody to be actually
they
intelligent.
said come here with a plan. At least send a log line for what your speech is going to be.
Right.
And
we can't even publicize this because
You were
we
like,
don't know what you're going to talk about.
First Amendment,
Yes.
free speech. I should get paid $50,000
Yes. Yes.
of students' money.
Yes, my
to
words
be
cost money.
Crazy.
Yes.
And now the students are mad at me.
Yeah.
Insane.
That's
You know,
nuts.
and it's what it is here's the thing. People don't like to be challenged anymore in this society,
That's
okay?
right.
They want everything to fit in these clear-cut boxes, you know? They don't want to have to sit there and think like, what does that mean? Does that not mean anything? Because that's the thing I'm trying to do. I'm trying to just get people to be fucking excited about something.
Sure.
You know?
I loved your Bill Maher appearance. Usually I just tune in to Maher for the monologue and then the middle comedy bit, the little piece he does at the desk.
Yes, I watch New Rules on YouTube.
Yes, and then I'll watch New Rules. Just the quick one-offs of New Rules. Once it gets longer, I can't waste.
It was
But you went
interesting.
on, and it was you, Affleck. You guys got into it in a very intense way. What were you going to say?
It was interesting to me. You know how the guests of Mar usually he's doing his monologue and they're already at the table, kind of dimly lit. And when he goes over to them, that part of the studio gets lit up. Somehow you were still dark. Everybody got lit up, but you were dark. Your mic was low. It was unfortunate.
They made some changes to things in the sort of the rehearsal run through. After the rehearsal, they came up to me and they said, "Hey, listen, Howard, nothing weird. This is nothing weird. We're making some changes for the live broadcast."
And were you suspicious? Were you suspicious?
I
with
wasn't
that?
suspicious because I knew they probably wanted to focus on me more. I knew that I probably impressed them in the rehearsal. But it turns out if you derail every conversation and just talk about how this building that you're in it probably had.
Is it asbestos?
You're
You're going hard as best as we can.
I went hard on asbestos in this
Yes.
in this building because it's made in the 70s. Of course, I support asbestos,
Sure.
As best
as we
can.
all should. And I guess they thought that was a bad thing to bring up in this time. So.
Well, I know we're all new to town, but it feels like we are getting some traction. You know what I mean? You're a mouthpiece.
Yeah.
We're finding your historical stuff is running deep, and the voice of an artist can't be undersold.
Thank you. It cannot be. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter what hours you give me on the schedule. I'm going to be there doing my art. If you give me the midday shift, the night shift, I am going to be speaking about global warming.
Again, shift sounds a lot like a restaurant job.
And occasionally you have to take off your art because you have an audition.
And here come the fuckers.
Well, I was just going to say, I've been getting a little bit of interest over at the lobby. From all the lobbyists.
So the lobby is coming for you again.
The lobby is very interesting.
Not the hotel lobby, but lobbyists for lobbying.
Yes, exactly. They're saying we need more lobbyists. We need more money. I know there are 20 lobbyists for every single senator, but we need more of these. We need more of these people. So I'm working with the McDonald's lobby right now,
Wow.
saying every home should be a hamburger. They want to change every home to looking like a McDonald's hamburger.
An edible hamburger or just looking like a hamburger?
Looking like a hamburger on the outside and serving McDonald's on the inside.
First of all,
Looking like a hamburger.
Yeah. I know that's from
like a meme or something.
It sounds funny. It sounds like it's from that old sketch. You look like a hamburger. I know.
Yeah,
but
we love that sketch.
But it's not that.
Love that sketch.
So
McDonald's just feels like, our voice isn't out there enough. Our footprint is not big enough. We need it in
this
every
is
home in America.
actual McDonald's.
Yes.
And the
Wow.
well, but this would bring jobs because you need people to build the hamburger
Absolutely.
houses. Farmers, you need more cows if you're going to have hamburger
Absolutely.
houses. Hamburglar. I mean, the Hamburglars, this would be a big deal for them.
Yes. And that was also part of it is every Hamburglar gets a key to the front of every hamburger. So they can come in and burgle at any time. Stoking the economy.
Is it burglary if you have a key? I feel like you live.
Well,
you
that's
just
the change. They want to show everybody that the Hamburglar is not a bad guy. He's just a hungry, misunderstood man.
Most of this is about criminalizing the hamburger.
Absolutely.
I mean,
Because we're tired. These are small crimes that they're getting thrown in prison for.
These are 50-cent crimes. He's stealing McDonald's hamburgers.
We need to redo the prison
it's
system.
the prison industrial complex.
The hamburgers are locked up all around America.
The prisons are filled with hamburglars. But I'm torn on this because you guys now, all four of us have been hamburgered so many times.
Absolutely.
It is.
Well, I got grimaced.
You did get grimaced. A guy walked right up to you and gave you a big frown. And that was wrong.
And boy, was I purple.
You were purple. When he grimaced at you, you turned bright purple.
Yes.
Anyway, but like you're saying.
We've just been hamburgered so many times. I mean, I feel like I can't order a Big Mac, a quarter pounder,
A Big Mac. A single? Wendy single?
a single Big Mac.
What about a big and tasty?
I'd love it. I don't even remember what they big and taste like because I've been hamburgered so many times. I haven't even gotten a bite out of one.
I saw you get burgled the other day in front of a Carl's Jr. You were headed the big, juiciest.
That was because you had
commercial
bought a $6 burger.
Yes. And I wanted it to get all over the place.
Well,
You
and
were
it did go all over the place,
you
but
were on-
not your face.
Yeah,
all
but you
over
were
town in the Hamburglar's car.
Yeah, you were on top of the hood of my Camaro eating the $6 burger.
In
To sexy
tight
music.
negligee.
I put on Poison. I put on my negligees. I was ready to get filthy.
Yeah.
Well, and then I had the long con where I dated a hamburglar for 6 years and didn't know about it. And not once for those 6 years did I ever get a hamburger.
Right.
You guys started telling me, I think you're dating a hamburglar.
Right.
And I got to be, even as I'm talking about this, I'm finding hate for these hamburglars. You know what I mean? I'm mad at them because they're stealing. But we need to realize these are hungry criminals. These are hungry criminals that need help. They need help and they need our support. And that's why the McDonald's lobby turning every hamburger house into a hamburger house is important.
I have a question. Maybe you have an answer here.
I'm sure.
You know, you work a lot with the McDonald's lobby, and
Thank you.
they're dealing a lot with hamburglars. But I mean, one of us would be greatly affected by this. Is Burger King involved at all in this? discussion?
I'm curious about the answer to this, but I don't know who would be affected by it.
It just feels like maybe one of us would be affected if hamburglaring became illegal at became legal at other fast food restaurants.
I guess Bill, because Bill likes the Burger King breakfast, the French toast
croissant
sticks
sandwich or
and the croissant sandwich.
I love French toast.
But yeah, he might be affected.
Well,
but
if Burger King wants to pay me for lobbying for them, the best lobbyist in D.C., then I'll be happy to fight against them. But right now, it's only McDonald's paying me. You know what I mean?
If McDonald's becomes so strong that maybe some Burger Kings go out of business, I don't know what we would do. I don't know how we would make money.
Well, you work at a BJ's now, so you'll be fine.
I don't work at Burger King. I have one job, and it's putting on theater.
Okay.
And anyone that says I have 6 jobs, they're gaslighting you. And
Has anyone said that, or did you just accidentally say that?
If someone, I don't know who's saying these things, but if someone is saying that I have 6 jobs, including Silverman on the street, they are lying to you.
I walked by a Silverman the other day in downtown DC, and it seemed
He never moved?
Well, he was moving, and he was going, I gotta pee. I gotta pee. And he was holding his thingy, and he was walking around going like, is there no public bathroom? Starbucks said no. And it was such an interesting Silverman routine. I threw him a couple of dollars, and he went, thank you.
That is an interesting Silverman routine. It really is. Usually, they stand there with the little whizzer in their mouth.
Right. And they do like the robot.
Right.
Yeah.
But this is nice, nice.
Now, these are, for anyone that doesn't know, these are the guys that they're on the promenades, they're on boardwalks, they're painted in silver, and sometimes they're statues.
They're supposed to always be a statue, Todd.
And some of them, if they have to pee, they move around. Some of them will take a phone call from their agent. Some of them will get into arguments with kids who look tough.
And that's just the way that Silvermen are.
Yes.
I don't know.
You think he kept screaming at this one kid. You think you're a tough guy?
And then the parent was like, he can't speak. He's in a stroller. They said, let him speak for himself, or whoever the Silverman was said, let him speak for himself if he thinks he's so strong with his little strong big hands.
And then that baby beat the shit out of the Silverman.
Yeah, that baby put the Silverman in a coma. Yeah. They went toe to toe, one round. The Silverman tried to bite his ear off like Tyson.
Speaking of comas, where were you for the past couple days?
And why do you have a big black eye? Or I guess a very small, specific black eye.
It kind of has like 4 tiny knuckles in it.
Yeah, I think that's probably just leftover makeup from my global warming play. And for the past 2 days, I was doing the play.
Okay, all right.
Hey, Sam, who do you think you've got this McDonald's lobby? Who are some people in Washington you're kind of working with?
Well, I'm really trying to work with everybody. I got 60 burgers that I'm going around with and sort of trying to meet and greet. You know what I mean? Obviously, Perot is on my thing.
Perot, yeah.
I'm
You
trying
guys
to
have
meet with
been hanging.
Condoleezza Rice right now. Newt Gingrich. Lindsey Graham, obviously. I really think Graham is important to get in the South. To really bring this thing home.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm also dealing with a lot of the interns, a lot of the pages, a lot of the lower people that are going to be rising through the ranks. You know what I mean? It's
Sink
not
your
just
claws in now.
Exactly. Yeah. Who's going to get time with the president today? It's too late. If you don't already know the president, it's too late. I'm trying to talk to the presidents of tomorrow and maybe even influence who that might be.
Interesting.
Yeah, wow.
Right now,
collusion.
Right now, and I don't want to tell anyone.
Is there any collusion?
Is there any collusion?
I don't want to tell anybody, but right now we're really trying to groom the fry guys. The little fry guys.
Yes, very upsetting looking. They've got that weird fry hair.
Exactly. But that's big with the youth right now.
Mm-hmm.
You're trying to groom them?
Who's the fry guys?
They're little French fry characters from McDonald's. They look like cartoons, but they're human.
And what exactly are you grooming them for?
A political career. Right now, they're working on desks. They're assisting, but I'm trying to get them out into the public eye. I'm putting them on posters saying, yes, we fry. Yes, we fry. That's going to be the next political movement.
It has a ring to it.
Yeah.
It has a ring to it.
Yes, so.
Thank you.
And here we.
Now
there's
he's
no
wrapping
better
it up.
way. There's no better way to talk about Fry Guys.
Is he doing a cooking segment for
I
a talk show?
think
Is
he's
this a
trying to
cooking segue?
segue to
There's
the
no
end of
better
the show.
way to end to talk about Fry Guys than we've got this Jamie Oliver recipe here
God.
today.
Just wrap up the
Todd,
show. You don't have to do it like a
yeah.
talk show.
Who out
It's
there?
okay for the show to just
knows-
be us talking. We don't have to do segments.
Who knows that for this when this summer you're going to want some watermelon and you're going to want some duck.
Who knows for when this summer you're going to want some watermelon and some duck.
Watermelon duck, a classic
I think you
combo.
need to edit that copy there, Todd.
Oh, this is not copy. This is
What
right
are you
off
reading?
It is, this?
Yeah.
It's a cease and desist from Jamie Oliver.
It's a cease and desist, and he always includes a recipe at the end.
Yes, it's a cease and desist with
That's his letterhead.
cute little recipe right at the end.
That's nice of him.
Cease and desist from what you're doing, but try this one.
Yeah.
And
Todd, just
speaking
end
of
the episode.
we should cease and desist this episode.
Okay.
There we go.
That's not bad.
That's a segue now.
And now
Close
he's
it
going to
on
end
up.
it.
Which, as we all know, is brought to you.
Oh, God.
This episode today is brought to
An
you
old talk show.
by Lucky Cigarettes.
Okay, see, that's like the 40s.
Not Lucky
40s.
Strikes. These are.
These are Lucky Cigarettes.
Jack Parr? Jesus.
Now,
This
who
is
out
like a
there
new
knows-
type of lotto scratcher. Lucky cigarettes. You pull out a cigarette, and some of them are winners.
Now, we all know if you smoke a cigarette, you're going to die young. But
Okay, so it feels
why
maybe
not try to
modern.
die young but live rich? That's right. Scratch off a winning ticket and you can make a ton of money. Don't smoke it if it wins.
Don't smoke it.
I don't think I would
if
smoke a
it
lotto
wins.
That's right. Lucky Cigarettes, your lotto cigarette. Don't smoke it if it wins.
Okay.
And that's
Wrap it up.
And that's the gossip.
He was doing some segment called The Gossip.
You just ended it like
suck at
3
this.
different times.
Yeah, you suck at hosting.
I like
end
the
it.
way he's hosting, but I do think we're done.
Okay.
It's like a late night TV segment producer's nightmare. What he's having.
I'm looking at my producer and he's saying, wrap presents.
No,
Okay, well.
no, we don't have a producer. What are you
Now
even
he's-
looking at?
You're looking at the dead polar bear in the corner.
Yeah.
Oh, bipolar bear.
Oh, it was a bipolar bear.
Yeah, it was. It was. Well, it got hot in here and he killed himself.
Well, what a fun episode this has
That
been.
was fun.
Until next time.
Stay
flippy.
Well, that's a skinny on the minute. That's all that I know. You gotta hit the road, but first, pour me a cup of that Joe.
Hi, everyone. It's me, Kevin, again, the show's former producer, now unpaid intern. The guy stopped with the guitar lessons, but instead of paying me, they said they'll include me in the credits, the thank you section. But they asked me to record that. So I guess thanks to me. They'd also like to thank Casey Trela. He's made the theme song for the show, and he's at Tuft, T-U-F-T, music on Twitter. Also, if you're a fan of the show and you want to share it with your friends, the first 5 seasons are free on iTunes, Spotify, or wherever else you listen to podcasts. Check out the merch at podswag.com, and make sure to give the show 5 stars on iTunes. They also have a list of people they'd like to apologize to, but the page is blank.